Hello, this is Matthew Lucas. This is BlackRock Further Institute of Education Software Architecture assignment number 2. It's a UML use case diagram to do with our Luas, and in my case I'm going to be using the software Creately because it helps really well with UML diagrams. So for now, I'm just gonna have a new one. I can search URL and look for use case diagrams. Start with a blank diagram. Name it Luas Ticket Machine because that's the one we're doing it in regards to. I'm not gonna put a description because well, it's not needed at the moment. This is just a simple, just little diagram to basically to demonstrate the interaction between our actors and this is Luas system. So I'm going to start by telling you the new the old thing and opening up the use case. Elements, images, they're quite good. And I'm gonna try an actor. An actor's just gonna be a customer who uses cash, and I'm just gonna run through it with that. I'm gonna wrap the words just so it's easier. Okay, don't do it that way. Oh god. So it's gonna be a wide user, but we don't judge. I'm gonna import a system which is just a square for the moment in order to see our different. And this is going to be a Luas ticket machine because you don't want to call it system, or else that's going to upset the system when you're writing in the Java basically. So this is a Luas ticket machine, and this is a actor, a customer. In this case, we're just going through with someone who uses class. So I'm going to start adding in methods. I'm going to outline them up a bit there, make them a bit wider. Yeah, that's good. And name this one. And our first method in this case is zones, where our customer will choose the zone that they're going to. So I'm going to link these two and name it. It's this this one right here is this interaction is the customer chooses a zone, and from there, like so now the customer's choosing a zone. Go to our next step, which is another message, which is if I can line this up, I think it was there, I think it's 160. Our next method is ticket type, which is choosing which type of ticket the user will need. But I'm gonna link a zone to a ticket type first because this is an include, which basically means it's required. So we can't choose a ticket type if we haven't chosen a zone, because we need a zone in order to choose a ticket type. And so now that we have a ticket type, we can. The customer's already interacting with this because it chooses a zone and then it includes to choose a ticket type. So it's already gone through this. I don't need another interaction because it's already gone through this interaction. Um, so after they've chosen their ticket type, we usually would go into the method, which is just calculate fare, which is calculating the cost of the ticket based on our previous few methods. But before I do that, I'm going to introduce another method, but this method is an optional method. If I can line this up, I think it's about 700, 600, 590, and this one is additional tickets, which is if a customer wants to add more tickets to their purchase. But this is I'm gonna link this again because when you're going through it, but this is an extension, which means it's optional, because the customer will have the option to buy more tickets, but they don't have to do that. I'm gonna link ticket type and calculate fare, because none of the calculators there to run. I'm going to have to, it's another include because it's needed. So now that we're calculating fare based on our ticket types, our additional tickets, and our zones, we're going to have another method, which is, let's see if we can line this up. Let's see if we can line this up. 645. Yeah, better. So we're gonna have, well, payment, which is, we've calculated fare. Now we have to have the user pay, or our customer pay. So I'm going to link that with that, and before I can pay, I have to calculate it, so it's an include. It's a very straightforward system of, you need a zone to get a ticket type, to get it to calculate the fare, to pay, basically. So without any of these, the other one can't run. So like you can't just go straight to calculate fare, or you can't go straight to ticket type. So now that we're at payment, we're gonna need our customer to interact with this again, because our customer will have to pay us. I'm gonna call this one. Whoop, I'm losing it. I'm gonna add some text where it's just customer inserts, and because I've already mentioned that this is a customer who uses cash, I'm going to just say inserts cash, and that's this user sort of, because, well, this is the most straightforward user. Is, well, I think I should reverse the arrows. I think I can I reverse the arrows? I'm going to just do it this way. Nobody saw this, so it's perfectly fine. See, perfect. So that's this user done in its situation. This actor is done with this Luas machine. It's got its ticket. It's gone. We would also have probably print ticket, but like that's just afterwards cosmetic thing almost in terms of Java. It will be a method actually. I'm gonna throw it in there. But, I'm gonna make my system a bit bigger so I can show you easily. and I'm gonna have print ticket. That will need to link to that, and will be an include because, well, you have to pay to get your ticket. I'm going to link this to that, and he will I'm just gonna say get ticket. See his ticket. So that's that user done. That's that actor done. He has successfully bought a Luas ticket. But he isn't the only type of customer we're gonna have, and he's not the only actor that interacts with our machine. We'll also have. I'm gonna stick with 2 more actors at the moment, and just like there may not be much difference between these actors, but it's still you have to differentiate your actors from each other because of different. I'm gonna say customer who uses a leap card because that's the type of customer we'll get, and then we're gonna have customer who uses debit/credit card. I'm just gonna put debit card because that's what I'm used to. I have not seen the interaction between a credit card and the system. So I'm gonna run through this from the ideals of who uses a leap card, and it's gonna be completely different to a customer who uses cash because the way they'll have their own methods, but we will follow. All it will be involved in is a leap card, so it's gonna have its own methods almost, which are just basically I'm gonna actually do different color of these ones. Oh god, that's a horrible color. Yeah, it's better for color. Basically the customer who uses a leap card isn't going to choose his own because they tag on. So they are not going to use the system of zones, ticket type, additional tickets, calculating various payments, and printing the ticket because they all have it in the leap card. So their only option is to top up the leap card. And so that's all they're gonna be able to interact with. Well, that's the only method they're gonna start with. But this method's gonna link to this method, which is payment. Or well, actually, it's gonna be easier if I do it this way. If I get rid of this one, and delete that, and link to payment. Because it's a different way of doing it, it's still valid. So top of leak card, and then they're gonna have to pay for that, and then they're gonna get a new. I'm gonna stick it over here just because it looks cooler. It's gonna be simple. They're gonna get update Luas or update leap card. So after payment, I'm gonna have to include, and these both gonna be included again because you're with the leap card you have to pay in order to be able to leap card update it. So that's leap card done. which is completely different to a user, someone who uses cash. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna move on to someone who uses debit card. And the thing with a debit card is to do with payment. So a debit card user can have either a leap card, or he can go through the zone method. So I'm going to stick on in there and there, because, well, actually I shouldn't even have a user who uses a debit card, because they're gonna be the same as a customer who uses sleep card, because it's just a payment that's gonna be different. So it's paying with either cash or with debit card, but we have to include the option. I'm actually gonna call this one payment with cash. So that's that method, and then I'm gonna have an optional pay with card. So and it's gonna calculate fare, and it's gonna be needed for either this. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be option pay with card, or is still an include from calculate fare, because you have to pay in either way. But both of these are two different options you have. So the extensions of payment, I should probably actually change. Yeah, I probably should change that back into payment, because both need to be paid. But paying with card versus paying with cash, the only difference is they're both options. So I'm gonna stick another method, which is pay with cash. So these are both really awkward to deal with. Let's just sort mine out a bit. Widen this a bit, move that down a bit, because actually I'm gonna move that, and both. I'm gonna stick this back up here, because it's either gonna go. It's probably in line with with payment, so, or calculating fare, because, well, it's, or topping up the leap card, because they're both involve payment, and when you're updating it or topping up a leap card, you can pay with card or with cash. So I'm gonna have these as extensions of. I'm gonna put this down here, because it's an outcome the same as print tickets, so it looks a lot simpler. So you can pay with card or pay with cash. I'm gonna get rid of that, delete that, and basically have these as extensions of payment, and have that as an extension of payment, and have it the other way. Oh, Jesus. So we have these are both extensions of payment, and these are both results of the payment method. So it's very much different to how I'm gonna have, if I can have that in fact, it's the same as that. It still chooses on. If I can click the line, copy that, and then put it in the line. and move that, if I can move that text further up, he also chooses as well. He can also have the option to either choose to up his own or top up a leaf card, or in that case, I still don't go with the text still there on. There we are. So the customer will insert, in this case it's K, which is just which is also an insert of payment. So there is another actor we can deal with, for our system will deal with, who is the admin, and the admin will deal with the overall looking after to see if the system will always run. I'm gonna change the color this one so that we know that it's the admin's gonna interact with a different system than this. Okay, changing the color changes his name and all. And I'm gonna call this the admin method, and the admin method is basically a keepsake of our records. So he's gonna interact with it by, well, it's only the admin can interact with the admin method, which is he's gonna review and then he's also going to collect the payment. He's gonna collect what has been paid. So I'm gonna move this in a way. Oh god, don't move the whole thing. Undo. Undo button is always good. Oh no, it's undoing everything that's, and he's gonna interact with. Okay, this is really weird that my mouse is interacting. I can't see my mouse. My mouse is all the way up here, but my mouse is out of sync. But I think if I can gently see it, it's somewhere around here. My mouse has disappeared for the moment. I can't see. I can't see my mouse. This is gonna be really awkward to interact with. All I'm gonna have is the admin interacts, takes the payment, and that's the interaction done. So our customers have put in the money in their different ways. Like say so let's review it from each of our customers. Customer who uses cash goes chooses his own, chooses his own, chooses the ticket type, can either buy additional tickets or just go with his initial ticket. The machine calculates fare, then a customer has to pay it, which he uses the pay with cash option, whereas the customer who uses debit card pays with card. So either way, they have the option. In this case, because he went through that method, not the lead card method, his prints a ticket, whereas this should not. I can't tell where my mouse is. It's really hard to tell, so I'm just gonna run through it, even if it looks bad at the moment. I'd rather it look bad and just say I can't interact with it because, well, I can't see my mouse at the moment. I'm actually gonna end off here because I've clearly demonstrated everything that goes on, and thank you and goodbye.